We're just going to go right into it.
Right into it.
Right up into it.
Hopefully you guys will hear me today.
You are listening to
Good.
Real
I can hear you
Men
good.
of Genius.
Make sure that one was working. No one's here. All right, folks. Episode 9, Real Men of Genius podcast. Matt is back. Back on the mainland, you could say.
Hola.
Hola? That's Spanish, brother.
Yeah.
They don't speak Spanish in Hawaii?
Aloha.
There you go. Now we're talking. Now we are talking. First podcast, I guess, really just no race prior.
I'll still talk about Phoenix.
Yeah, I guess you could. I'm not gonna talk about Phoenix because it wasn't that good for me. But you can talk about. I mean, what was your experiences? There wasn't that many.
I got to pit for NASCAR royalty. Like the
Thad Moffitt,
the second family of NASCAR, I guess.
the Kennedys.
The Earnhardts.
Oh yeah, Jeffrey.
Yeah. We didn't make it very far.
Yeah, y'all got junked. There was some folks junking some stuff back in the back of that Xfinity race.
There were some squirrels.
There was some squirrels.
Squirrel hunting.
Yep.
I guess the highlight was about 10 minutes before the race when I went to go back and get a radio. Jeffrey was still sitting in the hauler, and he missed driver intros.
Oh yeah, well, I was like, where the hell is he? We were all sitting there, and people were like, "Where's Jeffrey? He's not here."
So he went from starting 31st to 36th.
It is what it is. Yeah. Speaking of qualifying and things like that, have you seen the new format?
Dude, hey, congratulations, NASCAR, for copying and pasting the IndyCar qualifying format.
Is that how it is?
Well, they have like 3 groups, and they take the top 5, and then the top 10, go to the fast 6.
I got you. I guess, yeah. I don't really watch as much of that stuff as I should. I like to watch IndyCar races, but I never watch qualifying or anything. But that's only like that on road courses,
right.
If I'm correct. Yeah.
So they literally just copied and pasted the best thing about IndyCar.
That's cool, though. At least they're trying something different. I'm not opposed. You didn't get to go to any of the next-gen testing, unfortunately. That sucks. Have you heard any good or bad? You're in that circle?
I have heard that. I've only heard this from one source who has been in the car, that the car is very numb. Like, you can't tell what it's going to do.
Yeah, I mean, I could definitely understand that. I mean, just from watching all the guys spin out. I mean, the guys that would not normally spin out.
Yeah.
It just has to be so, like I said, like unpredictable that as soon as you cross that line with that small sidewall as well on the tire, I feel like there's not as much side bite. There's not as forgiving.
Yeah,
and you can just loop her.
They, someone on Twitter ghosted the image of Ty Gibbs in an ARCA car in the next gen car, and Ty Gibbs was a 1.5 seconds faster in an ARCA car.
The ARCA cars fly around Charlotte, though. You got to think about the thing about this. There's no rules in ARCA, really.
Well, especially for Ty Gibbs.
Well, I mean, I wouldn't even say that. I'm just saying, like, your skew rules, your things like that, there is no rules.
Yeah. So
they could have a rear end housing that's towed 3/4 of an inch, so it's going to turn like nothing you've ever driven before.
Yeah.
And, obviously, it's going to be really good. And our car just got a really good aero package and the things like that. But I don't know. I'm anxious to see how it goes from here forward. I think it should be cool, though. I don't know. I thought they look cool on the racetrack. I feel like they sounded better. Maybe they just sounded better with more cars, or the camera angle sounded better. I don't know what it was, but I was watching some of the live streams when I was on my lunch break at the shop, and they sounded better.
They really sound like one of the Mercedes GTD cars from IMSA. It's got that dirty grumble, I guess.
Right, dirty grumble.
Yeah.
Could not agree more.
Like, it almost reminds me of like a dirt modified, because now they've moved the exhaust ports kind of
even further forward.
Yeah, they're right behind the wheel.
No, it's just like a IMCA dirt
literally
modified.
just right off the
open header, yeah.
Tube.
Damn, you cussed right there. I was really hoping I wasn't gonna have to edit this much, but now I'm gonna have to go back and find that. Whatever.
Fudge. How about that?
Yeah, there you go. I guess so.
Otherwise, next gen stuff. I mean, I didn't hear a lot. I hear they fixed the steering thing, but I think the thing that was most promising to see was Austin Dillon wrecked the car in the morning,
And they were back.
and
that
they were
night.
back before the test session was over. So I mean, and you got to think it takes them, an hour ish to get
Yeah.
to
back
to
get
get
up to
welcome,
welcome.
and then back to the racetrack. So that's 2 hours. So it's really only, I think, took them 4 hours to change out the whole front end of the car. So I mean, that's
The whole front clip, man.
yeah.
Like,
I mean, that's. Would you say it's promising? I don't know. Does it reduce the use of a backup car?
I think definitely. I mean, if you have enough parts, you could almost go to the racetrack and kill a car in the race and still get back out there by the end, except for damaged vehicle policy.
Yeah, I mean, and we don't know if NASCAR is going to change any of that stuff
Yeah.
currently. But another thing with this whole qualifying and weird kind of it's for Xfinity Series, I think it's 20 minutes of practice. How much can you actually do in 20 consecutive minutes? You can make 2 runs maybe?
Yeah, I mean, heck, I was thinking at Road America, you're going to get like 3 laps.
Well, I think Road America is different. I think you're
Well,
going
it's that qualifying deal. So you
Yeah.
get 15 minutes. So
But-
you get even less time.
right, but your practice time is I think 50 minutes.
No.
No?
At Portland, so on all the new tracks and the big races, it is. So when we go to Atlanta for the first time, we'll get
I
a
think
50
it's-
minutes
yeah,
practice
it was,
there.
It was Daytona, Atlanta,
I believe we get Nashville
Nashville again, Gateway.
for y'all. I know Portland's a place for Xfinity
Yeah.
that gets 50 minutes. Daytona, obviously, and Phoenix at the end of the year. But no, we were talking about that stuff, like what can you change? And I think even the rules are going to be kind of strict on what you can change because you're going to go through tech once, practice, and then qualify.
Like, did they say it's straight from practice to qualifying?
I think so. I think you practice. You'll probably have like a little grid spot down there on pit road. You can work on stuff, make adjustments, come in, go back out. Then I think you'll stop. They'll probably give you 15 minutes to hook a cool down unit up to it, change your tires over, get in Q trim, and line them up. And then once they're lined up, like they'll probably go around. Like, here's the thing: they're doing it for TV. So
Right,
imagine
they're trying to keep it all probably within the hour.
I heard 90 minutes.
Right. I mean,
So I think what you'll see some practice. You'll see a little bit of analyzing on the practice by the commentators. You'll see post-practice, a little bit of interviews here and there. A lot of hustling, bustling, people moving stuff around, getting ready for qualifying, the lineup qualify.
so for an Xfinity format, you think that's going to be Friday? That's your whole day Friday?
I don't know. Kind of hope it's Saturday. Just knock it all out.
You just
want to
do a chaotic one.
It wouldn't even be that chaotic, really. I mean, think about your Saturday.
So for a 1 o'clock race, right? You're probably going to have to be into the garage at 6.
6, 7, maybe.
Through tech by
That kind of sucks.
10.
I'm gonna say you'll do. Cause I think Cup and stuff will qualify the day before because they always
Right.
do. And I think it just makes it more of a full day for the fan when they want to go to a racetrack.
Yeah, but do you want the fans showing up at 10 o'clock in the morning and not leaving until 9 o'clock at night?
Why would they be there that late?
I don't know.
I don't think they'd be there. I mean, if your race is at 1, they leave there at 4. I mean, it's
5.
still. I mean, it's a 6-hour day, but
mean,
it's a good fun 6-hour day. You're gonna get to see Xfinity practice. Oh, God. Xfinity practice, Xfinity qualifying, Cup practice, Cup qualifying, and then an Xfinity race, which is going to be the best race all weekend because it always is.
Shots fired.
I'm just saying.
I don't know.
Everybody's complaining about the next gen in-car footage, saying, "Oh, they're wide open. This racing is going to suck."
I don't know.
I don't know how to go either.
But I think from where I see it, I think it's all good because it gives the small teams, 30 seconds because you're guaranteed 30 seconds of TV time every week now.
Oh, the qualifying aspect?
At least qualifying.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Except for when you're group qualifying at like road
Right, I
courses,
mean,
but
but
that
that's-
is what it is.
That's 6 races. Not even.
It's 6. I think for Cup it's 6.
So, I mean, it helps justify a sponsorship a little bit more, I guess.
Right, yeah.
I would say. But, you know.
No, it definitely helps. Definitely helps.
Especially, you know, for guys like you and stuff, who you're getting a lot of one-offs, 1 or 2 race deals. It's going to give them guaranteed time. So now you can go back to them and be like, well, we got you a minute and a half, and then, you know, whatever else was gravy.
Yeah.
We can equate that to
$10,000. It kind of
$10,000.
sucks because I've realized lately that if you start in the back, you almost, and if you're fast enough, you can almost guarantee the biggest mover, and that's like better TV time than the qualifying because then they talk about you being good.
I guess.
Because I got that at Texas.
Right, you gained like 17 spots.
No, it was like 24 spots.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Get it right. 24 spots.
In the Fort Worth screen printing.
Yeah, they talked about Fort Worth screen printing.
Chevrolet. Shout out to John Gay.
They were all super pumped on it. And then I think even I got biggest mover, or one of the biggest movers at least, at Kansas when I ran that truck.
You want me to pat you on the back?
No, I'm just saying, but you get good TV time when you do that.
I don't think you don't get TV time. They just talk about you.
Well, both those times they like put the camera on.
Right. I mean, you're also a wheelman, so like when you're wheeling it up to like 14th place and you're staying there, like you got a little bit of staying power in the Fort Worth screen printing Chevrolet.
That's right.
Just trying to get those media hits, you know.
Yeah, you got to. We gotta get some of these ad reads on here.
Yeah, I need to get in gear. We really need to.
You should hit up Manscaped. They're always trying to sell shavers. Yeah, on podcast.
But we finally got a logo. That
we do have a logo. I need to change the logo whenever I upload everything tomorrow.
Shout out to Hershey Designs. He kind of helped us out with that. So if you have any design needs,
Young Hershey,
shoot him a message, DM on. I think he's on Instagram and Twitter. So
cool.
He does a solid for me. So
you never sent me all the varieties. You're like, yeah, I have like 15 different colors.
No, it wasn't 15. It was 3.
Okay, so slight exaggeration.
I sent 2 of the 3, and then I sent you the AI file, which I know you can't open.
Yeah, you sent me. There's like 15 different colors, and then it turns out
15 was never said. I said I have variations of this logo, and you
said I have 15
sweet.
Variations of this logo, and then you were like, here's the one, and here's one I sent you 2 months ago.
You are such a liar.
And then here's one that you can't even open. So
you are such a liar.
Pathological. Yeah, whatever, man. So how was Hawaii? We didn't talk about that.
It was nice, man. It was chaotic. I did the math, so I flew from Statesville. I mean, just trying to get like my whole ride situation figured out because I didn't want to leave my car at the Statesville airport. Didn't want to leave at the Charlotte airport because that would have been like a grand.
Mm-hmm.
So I hitched a ride from Mooresville to Statesville. Flew from Statesville to Memphis to Armadillo, Texas, because we had to stop twice because we had so many people on the plane.
Oh, on the way to Phoenix.
Yeah.
Was it like a headwind?
I don't know. I think we were just like the plane was full and we're going backwards, and we hit the jet stream in reverse.
Yeah.
You know.
It'll do that sometimes. It's always. I feel like it's always the last race of the year too. So you're like, gosh, this flight can't take any longer.
I mean, this feels like 2 years ago at this point for me. But we get into Phoenix, do the whole Phoenix weekend. I actually pitted 2 races that weekend. I had to get some extra scratch.
Yeah.
Because I had to pay some bills.
You know, Hawaii's expensive down there.
Yeah, so, well, for anyone in the industry, like we got per diem throughout the whole year. So I just kind of pocketed $15, $20, $100 from per diem. We saved up a bunch. That basically paid for our whole trip. So
really,
yeah,
that's pretty cool.
When I started doing the 24 stuff, 24 hours, started pocketing it.
That's pretty smart.
So that's a smart way for people in the industry to save money. Is just kind of
because it keeps it separate too.
Yeah,
because I even did that for like the last handful. I'm going home next week for Thanksgiving, and me and my boys going to the tattoo shop, and I'm just going to get tatted up.
Are you going to get the Hank Hill hot dog?
No. I'm thinking about getting the hash slinging slasher, though, from SpongeBob.
That's terrible.
No, it is not. That is a sick one.
You need to put a picture up of this so people can actually see.
Here's the hash slinging slasher.
so our older viewers can see.
Yeah.
But then did the full race weekend. Pitted Will Rogers' truck, Jeffrey Earnhardt's car. Those were kind of just get through the weekend kind of things. And there was just a lot of stuff going on for that last week. It took us, I don't know, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday we could get to the track in a half hour. Sunday, I think it took us an hour and 15 minutes to get to the racetrack.
There was a lot of people.
A lot of people, which is good for the sport.
I mean, even the campgrounds out there were packed.
Yeah, I mean, you looked 4 miles down the road from the racetrack, and there was still campers.
Yeah.
So, anybody who said the sport's not where it
dude,
needs to be.
like I said, everybody can say what they want about Phoenix being the last race. It's not Homestead. It's not Homestead. But, dude, like, the racing, was good. The crowd was amazing. I think the broadcasts were even pretty good. So, I have no complaints over it. I think they should keep moving it. I think it should be a rotating thing.
I mean, I'm getting to the winners. Didn't really care in the truck series wise who won because I didn't really.
I was kind of pulling for Zane Smith because he got in late.
Yeah, I mean there was no storylines leading up to it. You know, there's nothing great about it. It was Crafton, Rhodes.
Yeah, I either wanted Crafton or Zane Smith to win it.
Who was the fourth?
John Hunter.
I mean, everyone was kind of
Nema truck.
Yeah, everyone was kind of expecting him to win, and just right from the get go.
Yeah,
just awful. Xfinity, I think everyone the storyline with Hemrick and stuff that was cool. I looked up and down pit road, and everyone was kind of like giving that nod of approval. Because what a way to win your first race.
Yeah,
championship. He's the
new backflip guy.
He's the Costco Carl Edwards.
I wouldn't say that. I mean, because he's been doing it for a minute.
Okay, tell me the last time he's done it.
Probably a late model race.
Exactly. 10 years ago.
Not 10 years ago.
10 years ago.
I raced late models with him. Yeah, I raced late models
10 years ago.
It wasn't 10 years ago.
20. You say you
2012, 2011? You know how long ago 2011 was?
10 years.
He was probably still racing Legends cars in 2011.
No chance. In 2011?
I'm about to look it up. Keep talking.
But, I mean, people are going to say that did you think he moved? You think he moved Cindric?
Yes.
And that was
I think he moved him.
But do you think it was enough to
He did what he had to do to win a championship,
right.
And I think that's what you have to do.
I was just waiting for Austin Cindric to Kyle Petty him coming across the start-finish line. Just dig her right into the wall. But
should have.
Going forward, I mean, you didn't have a great weekend.
No, not really. But, I mean, that is what it is.
It is what it
You'll
is.
have that. We've been doing a lot of work in the off-season trying to remedy weekends like that. We actually have a, what a roamer arm is?
Yeah,
or
it's
a ferro arm.
Is that the robot thing?
Yeah, it's like, for people at home who don't know, it's like a...
it's a 3D scanner.
Yeah, it's not really a scanner, but you could zero it, and you could move it to any point, and it'll tell you the X, Y, Z coordinates on it. So, we did the car that I liked a lot this year. I guess yesterday, 2 days ago.
Does the car have a name?
No, JDM049.
Can we petition to give it a name?
I haven't given a car a name since I was driving Bandoleros. So.
I want something cool.
I don't know, brother.
Like Carlos.
I don't know. I don't like giving them guy names either, but I did give my Bandoleros were all guy names. I had Eugene, Mater, and Mater 2.
Wow, you're really creative on that last one.
Yeah, well, because Mater 2 was only a thing because Mater 1 got junked. And it was a quick replacement, so it was Mater 2. And then we had, I think one was just called the Black Car.
Wow.
Black Car.
You are so creative.
I know, dude. I know.
Did you figure it out? Because I've been stalling here for the last 5 minutes.
Honestly, no. I'm trying to remember when I drove for...
Bring up the Track Rats.
Track Rats?
Yeah. We really need to splice that in here one of these times. Because that'd be
Hold
good.
on. I don't know where to find the footage. God, I feel like I'm breathing so hard in the mic. I'm trying so hard not to, and it's just making it worse.
You're just compounding.
Yeah, just
the issue.
making it way worse. I wonder if
But so off-season wise, you guys have already been. Sounds like from talking to you, it sounds like you guys have already been really hard at work, already working on Daytona.
Yeah, dude, we've been on the Daytona car, which has been really neat. I've never been in a situation where I'm working on, like, literally working on Daytona car the week after Phoenix.
Like, are you ready to say something here, or
No, but it's just cool. I've never done that before.
yeah? Because normally you're working for a company where
They're moving.
They need to find a new building really quick.
Yeah.
and you're just packaging everything up.
Or moving, or I'm like, yeah. And it's just nice. Like, it's already pretty much put together. So pretty nice.
Do you know what's going in the under the bonnet?
I mean, internal combustion engine.
One of them.
Yeah.
A good one, or
It'd probably a Chevrolet one.
is that breaking news?
Team Chevy. Not really.
Okay. So you didn't figure it out.
Nah, yeah, he
We're
was
still stalling.
I don't know, dude. I'm not even gonna look. I'm gonna say he was. I'm just gonna say off memory he was. How old was I in 2011? If I'm 25 now, that was 10 years ago.
He'd be 15 or 14.
He was still racing legend cars.
Well, didn't he win in 2010? Didn't he win $1 million?
Yeah, but he also raced legends cars the year after that too.
Okay. Well, I think he was a deserving champion.
Yeah.
And
Back to this subject.
And now he goes to college. Isn't this what this whole podcast is? Like, we start with the topic, then you get derailed.
That's what all podcasting is.
Yeah.
That's showbiz, baby.
I think he was deserving. Storyline wise, it works from a marketing standpoint.
Yeah. No, yeah, it's cool. I'm pumped to see him go just wax on a super speedway now too.
Yeah, I mean,
Because Colleague's got arguably some of the best speedway stuff in the game.
right, and it's very confusing because RCR stuff is not great.
Not true. Tyler Reddick won that race with the whole body falling off.
Right, but I'm saying current performers in
Yeah.
that equip. I'm not going to name.
Yeah, there
names.
we go.
Not gonna
We'll
name
just cut
names.
it there.
Yeah. I have some great off-season stuff I want to talk about, but going back now doing Cup stuff. Another great storyline. You know,
No.
Kyle Larson winning the championship.
Oh, yeah.
You know.
Oh, dude, speaking of some crazy stuff off that. I'm just kidding.
No, go ahead.
No, I was kidding. I was actually kidding.
I don't think you're kidding. But what a farewell in the Cup Series to the 5-lug pit stop. Shout out to David Starr for his rotor blowing up. But Kyle Larson's pit crew getting him 3 spots on pit road to win him that race. What an ode to the 5-lug nut
On the
pit
number
stop.
5 car.
On the number 5 car who was running 4th and came out first. If you add those two numbers together,
It's 5.
that's 5. And they won the championship.
This is a math podcast now.
But we said, they had the most time to build a Phoenix car, and it still wasn't even the best.
I don't know I think it was.
I mean, arguably,
I think track position was very, very important.
Truex came on at the end, but couldn't
I think Larson's car got better as it got darker.
probably.
I said this last week, but you said you didn't even listen to last week's episode. So
I was busy.
busy just tanning it up on the beach.
Yeah, I got so tan. Look at it. I'm a swim
Were you
shirt
out
guy.
there? Were you ripping some waves
I was snorkeling.
on the boogie board?
Nah.
Nah.
I'm a swim shirt guy too, side story. I'll side story it now. Earlier this year, me and my now fiance went to Topsail Beach, and it was cloudy. It was 85. I'm like, I'm gonna pop the shirt off, take that babe boy off, and I got so burnt.
Clouds make it worse.
I figured that out, and that was like day 2 of our 7-day stay. So I went swim shirt the rest of the time. I haven't looked back.
Nice.
So I was a swim shirt guy throughout the whole excursion process.
Did y'all go on any cool hikes? I feel like I've watched Hawaii 5-0 and there's some pretty nice hiking trails up there.
Yeah, so basically day after Phoenix race, right? I stayed after. I had another night in the hotel. 4 a.m. I got up, drove to the Phoenix airport, Phoenix Sky Harbor, and then flew to LAX, and then it's a 6-hour flight to Maui.
That's not bad.
And it's still.
I mean, it's like flying from Charlotte to California.
And on the way out, I flew economy class. Luckily, the plane was only half full, so everyone got their own row.
Nice.
So that was nice. Got to Maui. It's one of the most beautiful places on Earth. Because there's 2 volcanoes that erupted, and it's like a double peak into a valley kind of thing. And it's amazing. Amazing. We did a snorkeling trip that was bar none. Just amazing.
Furthest I've gotten out of the domestic United States is probably like 15 miles into Mexico at the Texas-Mexico border.
What were you doing in Mexico?
I don't know. I went down there like I feel like my grandparents. I was super young.
Was it legal?
Yes, it was legal.
Did you have your passport?
I mean, I don't know if I did or not. I know I was in Mexico though, like at the border, because my grandma went down there. Like it was a bunch of us that went down there, and we like went like shopping over the border. I don't know.
That's weird.
It was weird, but we were there in Mexico.
But we didn't go hiking. So from the base of the volcano, because it's a non-active volcano, from the base to the top was 38 miles. So we drove it. It took like an hour. Got all the way up above it. You got above the clouds. So like even if you look down the mountain, you couldn't even see paradise because it was locked up by the mountains. But once you got above the clouds, man, it was weird. Like, because that's where all the volcanic rock was. And it looks like you're on Mars. Like, you really don't even look like you're on the same planet.
Really?
Yeah. I can send you some pictures.
Sweet.
But the elevation was 10,000 feet.
10,000, huh?
10,000. Is
that a lot?
I saw you do a little bit of math there. I don't know.
Is that like a Colorado mountain?
Why don't you look it up?
I'm not looking it up because the last time we did that, we got way way off.
Well, anyway, it was beautiful country up there. It just looks like you're on a different planet because all the rock is very jagged and like it looks like it'll cut you.
Feels like you're watching what was that show on The Crag on Nickelodeon? Remember that show?
It was not. No, that was Guts.
They had another one that you had to climb the mountains called The Crag.
No, Guts. You did the Guts challenge to
get to the crag.
Opportunity.
Yeah, you're right.
To get the aggro crag.
Yes, I remember that now. Remember those shows were so weird.
They brought back Legends of the Hidden Temple.
Really?
Yeah.
I feel like it just isn't the same anymore.
No, they do it outside.
Yeah, that's not right. It's got to be an inside studio. It's probably like I couldn't imagine what that studio smelled like.
Awful.
Just terrible. Like they had standing water in there, like sweaty contestants, probably sweaty people watching.
So the top 3 for me were like Double Dare 2000, Guts, and Legends of the Hidden Temple.
Legend of the Hidden Temple was great, and they had the thing that talked.
Yeah, but then they had the creepy people that like abducted you.
Yes.
You remember that?
Yes.
That was
what I don't understand why like those shows came and went so quick, dude. They were like here for 5 years and then gone.
That's the 90s for you.
I know.
Like they're here and gone in 5 years.
And it was probably the best thing ever.
Yeah.
Just like everything else in the 90s.
Like 95 to 2003.
Yeah.
Greatest decade of the 90s ever.
Greatest decade from 95.
From 95
the greatest 8-year decade of all time.
Yep. I mean, that was when life was good.
Yeah. TV shows were real good then. Especially kids TV. I don't know what these kids got going today, but
like Rocket Power.
Courage the Cowardly Dog.
That was a good one.
I saw this tweet and it's like, how the hell are they going to call Courage cowardly? He was fighting for his life every day.
That was a good one. Ren and Stimpy.
See, I didn't really get into that one. Like, I think I know it.
Angry Beavers.
I did not. I don't know what that one is.
Angry
That
Beavers
sounds like a real
was
that might have been a Wisconsin local. I don't know if they had that in
That
Texas.
was on Nickelodeon.
That sounds exactly like some kind of public access Wisconsin cartoon that they might have had going on.
I think it was Norbert and Daggett were the two main characters.
See, you're a little older than me though, so
Yeah, that could have been just a touch before your time.
yeah.
But like, I never watched Sweet Life.
See, you didn't watch that. I used to I never watched Sweet Life on Deck.
I was more of a Nickelodeon guy than a Disney guy.
Yeah, me too. It was always like Nickelodeon, Cartoon Network, Disney. That was like, I started channel 41, go to 43, and then if nothing was on, I'd go to channel 42.
Yeah. But I spent a lot of time with my grandparents, so I watched all the classics because they had Boomerang.
Yeah, Boomerang, that was a good one.
Like, that was like
What was it?
that was like Brazzers for kids
Those
cartoons.
Oh,
You know what I'm talking about?
we got the rare ones.
Like, like because Boomerang was always like the next level up cable.
Yeah, it was like the
subscription.
next. Yeah, you got
That was
Boomerang.
the one you
It's
got
like
like 600 channels.
it's like where I like if I can get Mav TV now, I'm like super pumped. But that
Right.
was Boomerang when I was a kid.
Right, but that's like the Brazzers level. You gotta get that extra subscription.
Yeah,
But then you got like the Jetsons, you got Flintstones.
there was some. What was the race? There's like a racing show,
Oh, I know what
the
you're
Wacky
talking about.
Races or
Speed
something.
Racer.
I don't know.
I know what you're talking about though. It's like all of the characters from different shows.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
Wacky Races. Because there was a South Park episode about it. I don't know if you ever saw
And then there's the dude with the glasses and the dog that
Dog.
goes.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think that was
Classic.
before our time though.
No, it was our time because it was on Boomerang during our time.
Right.
So indirectly, it was during our time. Man, there was so many good TV channels back then. Boomerang, Fuel TV.
Fuel was what's up.
Fuel TV was the best.
I think it's still out there.
I don't know that it is. I mean, maybe like streaming, like if you streamed it on the internet, but I don't think you can watch it on cable.
Oh, so when we're in Hawaii and stuff, late night for us would be about 9:00. We'd be looking through the guide and there's a Japan TV. We watched competitive sumo wrestling for like an hour.
You watch any Kung Fu movies?
No.
You ever watch Kung Fu movies? Like straight up like dubbed Kung Fu movies?
Weird.
I love them. I got into them because
Kind of like Squid Game.
kind of, but I got into them because I was watching the Wu-Tang documentary and those guys watch it all the time. I was like, damn, that's kind of cool. So they listed off a bunch that you should watch. Like
All right,
the 36
Put it in the comments.
the 36 Chambers of Shaolin, y'all should watch it. It's pretty cool.
You should just put it in the comments.
I'm thinking about getting the Shaolin Temple sign tattooed on me next week. Like this video if you think I should.
That's gonna be the soundbite.
Yeah.
Definitely. So, off season as a race car driver, what's going on?
Oh, just straight partying all the time. Not really. I working in the shop right now. Going back home to see my family for Thanksgiving next week. Gonna do a little bit of snowboarding, well, really as much as I can. I don't know if you saw Matt when you walked in here. I got the balance beam set up. And when I say balance beam, I mean a 4-inch piece of PVC pipe in my skateboard that I took the trucks off of. Really been helping my balance skills lately.
I think I might dust my snowboard off and maybe.
What kind of board you got?
I have a LibTech.
LibTech.
I was a big Travis Rice guy.
T-Rice.
I still have Art of Flight on my phone. I watch
Art
it.
of Flight.
I watch it a lot.
It's what that's what a non-snowboarder watches. I watched this video the other day called by the Dust Box, and it's called Dream Castle. Y'all don't know what I'm talking about right now, but it's so good. The music choice in this snowboard edit is unmatched. It goes from like a Biggie Smalls Van Halen mashup to a Willie Nelson song to a Pop Smoke song into some like super heavy death metal song. And it's like, it just takes you on a roller coaster. It's pretty cool.
I've checked out from that conversation.
Yeah, I'd imagine. I'm probably everybody else listening. They just
Literally everybody else.
everybody that's listening on like Apple or Spotify is like, well, I'm just gonna listen to music now because he's getting me jacked up on music.
Is there any racing? I guess is what I'm asking in the off season.
No, I wish there was. As soon as you get that micro, we'll probably start racing. But
No,
you're on hold. You're hard on the brakes on that now.
hard
huh?
on the brakes. And investments have taken a turn for the worst. And then it's the background costs of I still don't have a truck, don't have a trailer.
I have a truck.
You barely have a truck.
Dude, it is a mini Sprint. I have a mini truck. We could pull it to the racetrack.
We still need a trailer and a place to put it.
Yeah, I know. One of these days, I'm gonna build a nice shop.
All right, you build a shop and I'll put a race car in it.
But it's also gonna be my house.
Okay, we'll put it in the living room.
We'll see. We'll see how it plays out.
But I almost got you a test in a late model, and you turned it down.
I know. I feel like every time something like that comes up, you're like, "Oh, you want to go test a late model next week?"
It's more of a shakedown run.
I mean, I'd like to run a straight rail.
Have you ever
car
ran Hickory in real life?
In a legend car?
Okay, in a late model?
No, never in a late model. I always wanted to, but it's not that hard.
I might actually
test it. You're gonna drive it?
No, I'm not gonna drive it. I might put a new hat on next weekend. Cross another thing off the racing bucket list.
Flag man.
Spotter.
Well, spotting in the test?
No, spotting next week at Southern National.
Is there a big race?
Yeah.
What's it called?
It's like a Thanksgiving throwdown.
Oh, yeah. The Thanksgiving Classic or something like that.
Every race.
Everywhere.
Every race.
Every region has a Thanksgiving.
Like Batesville, Arkansas has Thanksgiving Thunder.
And it's like the Turkey Night Grand Prix out in Ventura.
Yeah. I mean, Larson's going to win that.
Yeah. Honestly, I think Turkey Night Grand Prix was way cooler when it was at Irwindale and they ran asphalt midgets.
But isn't this Turkey Night or Turkey Grand Prix is the one with the backdrop of the ocean, isn't it?
Yeah, Ventura's like on the beach.
Yeah. So
which is kind of cool.
Plus I already have Flow, so I mean, I'm going to probably watch it. I'm probably not going to spot.
Why?
I don't know.
What, are you scared?
No.
Who would you be spotting for?
Garrett Smithley.
Oh, in the late model?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you have any nice things to say?
So, I don't know.
You want to give me some pointers?
Yeah, just make sure it doesn't hit anything, I guess. I mean, it's pretty easy.
Terrible.
It's pretty easy. Just stay calm. I'll say that is the most important thing as a spotter, I feel. My favorite attribute in a spotter is if they can stay calm the whole time.
So, do not be Randy Caldwell.
Just don't start screaming on the radio, because then all that does is get your driver all hyped up and ramped up. And it's like, imagine you have a dog who's sitting on the floor and he's just chilling, and then you just start messing with him, getting him all jacked up, and then he's running around the house knocking things over. That's what's going to happen to your race car driver. You're going to start hitting things because you get him all jacked up.
I mean, I think I have a pretty calm voice. Car
Stop.
Spotter
ASMR.
Car one back inside clear.
They're one wide behind you.
They're all coming on Blake.
They're damn. I didn't know if you're gonna. There's some spotters if you listen to and like act like they're not spotting a race. Pretty funny. Like
inside.
They're coming.
Inside, and we're wrecked. What the fuck?
That was, man, bad deal. Bristol's tough, though. I was surprised he was able to say inside for that long down the straightaway, because I feel like if you're saying inside that long, they're probably inside in the corner prior.
Yeah. So I might do that. I might not. I'm not sure. It all depends on what's going on at home. Because, but I was going to swear, but I don't want you to have to.
It does not matter at this point where you've already cussed like so many times.
I haven't said fuck in a while.
Yeah.
No.
Real funny guy over here, huh?
But, we've been on the road for 36 weeks.
Life on the road.
It's like you get your first weekend at home. It's like.
It did feel like you were gone again last week. I was gone,
so.
But, like, it did feel weird. Like, I didn't do a damn thing all weekend. I slept till 2:00 Saturday and Sunday. I did clean my apartment. If you can't tell, you probably can't tell.
I can't really tell.
I sweeped. I vacuumed.
Swept?
Yeah.
You swept.
Yeah. I even got out some antibacterial wipes because I don't have a duster, and I just wiped everything off. Because the trophies, there's a lot in here.
There's like 3.
There's a handful in here. They get dusty. Like my mom used to get so mad when I was young because I had like a bunch of trophies or whatever. And stop.
Sick
Just stop.
humble
I
brag.
know.
Let it be known that Bailey Curry has a bunch of trophies.
I know what I said when I said it. I didn't want
It's
it to
not like
sound
he's
like
a
that.
professional race car driver.
But she used to always complain because
Are
she
you
had
a
to
professional race car driver?
dust. Yeah, you could say that.
Did you get paid to drive?
Yeah.
Then you're a professional.
Yep.
It's amazing how that works.
Mm-hmm.
So you gonna finish, or did I kind of derail that?
Oh, I just wiped everything down. I got a vacuum out, and I vacuumed the tile floor. I vacuumed.
How'd that work out for you?
I mean, it did something. Like some of the little dust bunnies, like they would just stick to the broom and wouldn't go in a dustpan and pick those up. I vacuumed my carpet in my room, and like, you know, like, have you ever seen those videos of those memes where, you know, you push the vacuum across and it makes all the crackling noise and it's super satisfying? That was my entire room. It was just.
Hey man, I'm so proud of you.
I was proud of myself when I got done because I did. I tweeted that I found that RC car, and luckily the battery was dead.
I still have a great video of you with your RC.
Yeah, dude, you should have seen me. I was just standing. I went to the dirt parking lot over there. I was all by myself. I kind of felt like an idiot, and I was just zinging this RC car around, and then I broke it. I hit my own truck with the tire and broke it.
This was the expensive one too, wasn't it?
Yeah, but I fixed it. It wasn't that bad. It just popped one of the CV axles out, and I pulled I don't know what you call it. Pulled it off, put it back in. Yeah. I don't know. I used to I raced RC cars a little bit when I was a kid, so I kind of knew the part names. Yeah.
Nice.
It was fun.
I have
Gets expensive quick.
I have a friend who this was a couple of years ago. He bought one of the really fancy RC cars, and you got to put it all together.
I like the kits.
Like the kit. And he goes, it'll keep me from going out and drinking a lot on the road. He's a NASCAR guy. He's like, oh, it's going to keep me from going out. You know, I'll stay in the hotel room and I'll just work on my RC car. So he'd take the thing everywhere with him. First 3 weeks did nothing to it. Would go out. And like, it just became a reoccurring thing. Like,
it just seems like a real hassle to not work on it at all.
Right. And 6 months into the project, like he's 20% of the way through. Then the off season comes and he fixed it. Like he did the whole thing up, used it once, sold it.
You could honestly probably build that thing, one of those things in a day, if you have some kind of idea what you're doing.
It was one of the alcohol motor ones.
The nitro motors.
Nitro, whatever.
But still, I mean, like, putting the motor on is easy. I mean, it's not like you got to build the motor.
No, I mean, like, you had to fashion together the whole chassis and everything.
I know how to kit. Like a kit's what you get when you race them. You get, like, the ready-to-run ones if you're just a hobbyist.
Yeah. So the last 3 people that were listening after our last thing, they have now gone.
They might be RC car fans. They're fun.
Comments.
Put it in the comments. Do you like
up.
RC cars?
Swipe up.
Should I get my RC car tattooed on me?
No.
Subscribe.
Oh, you should get RC from Toy Story.
That's honestly a good one. I'm gonna write that.
Yeah, you want to write that down.
I'm just gonna
get Buzz and Woody with the rocket on his back with RC. You know, he's coming up the left side.
We're not aiming for the truck.
That's great.
Yeah, honestly, the RC is kind of good. Even though, like, be like, why the hell do you have that? But then they also ask that about every single one of my other tattoos.
I used to have one of the RC cars.
Really?
Yeah, I think it was like a toy from like McDonald's or something.
Yeah.
I can't remember.
High quality.
Very high quality.
Probably had a 19 volt with a brushless motor in that.
Dude, someone is just getting after it out
Yeah,
there.
they're just getting real throttle. It's probably. I guarantee you that is a Mustang.
No.
It's a Mustang or a Dodge Challenger.
Yeah.
And nothing else. Speaking of muscle cars, have you seen the new C8?
The C8R?
Like the new, like with the flat plane crank?
Oh, those things sound beautiful.
They sound amazing.
A flat plane crank car just sounds.
Yeah, I didn't know what it was until like I heard one of those and I was like, all right, what is the difference?
I mean, it's
here?
basically just a budget Ferrari now.
Yeah, because it even sounds similar.
Yeah, they look similar.
It's not a budget Ferrari. It's an American Ferrari.
Yeah, but they're almost the same price now.
Yeah, but this one's got a bald eagle that follows you around too.
Yeah, it's about the same.
Honestly, if I was gonna, you think they're the same price?
I mean, that flat plane crank one probably
Like a
goes for
458
It's
Ferrari?
probably those go for like 125. And this one's got to be close to 100.
So $30,000. Like if it's like 95, it's $30,000 less.
Close.
That's a lot of money.
I know it's a lot of money.
That's what I bought my truck for.
But
it's
like,
either I can have a truck for free or $28,000.
relatively speaking, it's kind of close.
Yeah, I guess. So, but yeah. But if I was gonna, if it was even any closer, if it was like $5,000 difference, and if I was in the position to buy one, I'd probably go the Ferrari because they sound way cooler.
Even though they sound the same.
No, they don't. They don't sound the same.
They sound close.
Ferrari has a distinct sound. You ever played the Ferrari F50 game at like Dave and Buster's?
No.
It's got the big old speakers in there. It sounds awesome. You've played that game, the Ferrari Challenge game?
Probably.
Yeah.
So, all right. So, what other off-season stuff? Just chilling,
Yeah, I'm pretty much just chilling,
networking.
doing a little networking, podcasting, even though, getting this one up was a real doozy.
This one,
Matt's like, I can't come Wednesday. And I'm like, man, can we please go just Wednesdays late? He says, all right. So I'm
acknowledging that you
no,
want me to
so
do
I'm
it.
like, cool, all right. He'll do 7 or 8 o'clock on Wednesday. I call him. I'm like, what are you doing? He's like, oh, I'm cutting dog food right now. This is at 7:45. I'm like, so
You're not coming over.
are you cutting dog food in your car on the way over here? He said, no. And I'm like, well, you said all right.
No, well, okay. Here's a
I
little
guess
bit.
all right can mean a lot of things.
Like, here's the backstory. We left Hawaii at 7 a.m. Monday morning, and we got back to North Carolina Tuesday at 2:30 in the afternoon.
No, I imagine that was probably a pretty
And then
annoying
United
flight.
lost our bags.
How do they lose them? Was it a nonstop?
They never put them on the airplane in San Francisco.
Was it a close layover?
2.5 hours.
Oh yeah, that's inexcusable.
Yeah. So we flew Maui to San Francisco, San Francisco to Houston, Houston to Charlotte.
Damn.
Yeah. So I needed to get a lot of stuff done around the house because I hadn't been there in 15 days.
Where'd you have the dog at? Doggy daycare?
She went to no free ads. She went to a pet.
Place in Denver, I guess.
No, she went to a place in Hickory.
Hickory.
Loved her. You've never met my dog, have you?
Never have.
She's the greatest thing that's ever happened to me besides my fiance and my grandma.
And meeting me, probably.
No.
Yeah, probably not.
You rank probably
Maybe like
16th.
Yeah, I'll say maybe P17. Top 20.
You just backdoored your way into the playoffs.
Yeah, just barely made it in. I did one good thing this and then I got it in the playoffs.
I mean, do you expect to see yourself in the playoffs next year?
I expect to.
I'm gonna put you on the spot.
I must expect to contend for the playoff, like a later playoff position, lower playoff position.
So with the talent pool, would you say the talent pool is increasing in Xfinity, or there's just more competitive cars?
I think when you say competitive cars,
Do you think the level of competition from 2021 to 2022 will be higher?
I think it'll be near the same. It made a big jump from 2020 to 2021. I think in the mid-pack range, in that 10th to 20th range, I think, let's say, maybe not 10th to 20th, let's say 13th to 23rd. That got a lot tighter and a lot better.
Yeah.
Like it went from those guys going a lap down every week to maybe being on a lead lap all race and racing with some really good cars.
But do you think with the, there weren't many top tier teams that have left. The only ones that I can really think of right now is the 22
Mm-hmm.
and the 54 are gone.
Correct.
But RCR is bringing on a second car
Yes.
in the Xfinity Series. Who else was coming in? Is Colleague going down to 2? Did they
I believe they're doing. They haven't announced a 10 car yet, but I believe they're doing 3.
So there's still 3 cars.
Mm-hmm.
Herbst is back in the 98.
Mm-hmm.
but you've really only lost
One.
one or two super competitive cars, but you've added what? You added Sheldon Creed. Well,
That is a super competitive. I mean, that's an RCR car. That is a super competitive
Austin
car.
Hill is going to be.
They'll be good. I mean, he was. I'll be honest. I thought that
I don't
they'd
know
do
what's
better,
going
but
on with that whole 61 car deal. Was it actually good? Was it
I
actually?
think it's pretty good. I mean,
Was it a
looked like-
Carl car? Was it one of Carl's cars, or was it?
It looked like a nice race car.
Yeah,
I don't know whose it was.
but that's yet to be seen. Do you think NASCAR will back that field back up to 40?
Heard maybe 38.
I think 38's a good.
Through the grapevine.
Yeah, I think 38's a good number. 40 it opens the door for. I think someone who's really going to struggle this year or this coming year is going to be like Jimmy Means, Carl.
Yeah, I mean it's definitely, but it's been this way every year, and it's a vicious cycle the whole time.
Right.
People are getting better, and the people that were okay at one point now they're in jeopardy.
Yeah, I could probably see Harmon going down to one car just because unless you get someone that's going to bring money, but
Yeah.
you're not. I mean, I guess the question then becomes for the first 3 races, is the top 25 from 2021 locked in? Or I don't know.
So points don't lock you in. There's no set point number
but
to lock you into the race.
Owners' points from previous years has been how they set the field.
Well, yeah. So if it rains out, and I've been wondering about this, I think they're getting away from if it rains out 40 cars start. I think they're Xing that.
Yeah, probably. Because, I foresee 44 to 45 cars showing up for Daytona.
I think Daytona you'll see a massive field.
And that'll be good for the
Because it pays too good.
Right.
I mean, it pays to run dead last at Daytona what it pays to run second everywhere else.
Yeah. I mean, that's what happens when you start with the Super Bowl.
Yeah, unless it gets everybody rolling.
Yeah. Big shocking news yesterday. Did you see this? Joey Gase driving for JGR.
Yeah, I did see that. That was pretty
That's very clickbait.
good wordplay.
Yeah, he had
Joseph.
He sent me a Snapchat about an hour before. He was literally writing up that press release.
He's probably just giggling to
He was
himself.
just all about it. But I don't know.
It's gonna be hard to come in new without like serious support from somebody, I think.
Right, and he bought all of that defunct H2 Motorsports Circuit City stuff.
Right, and I don't even know where that stuff came from to begin with. I think GMS. It was GMS stuff with Toyota bodies on it.
And I think at that point they had JGR motors.
Yeah.
But I don't know what he's going
I
to
said, is he doing Toyotas?
He's got a little bit of everything, from what I've heard. Well, a super speedway car is a Ford because he drove that last year.
So he's been running these cars.
Basically, whenever Daytona 2, that was his car. And then Talladega 2, that was his Xfinity car. I know that for a fact. Everything else, I don't know. I think he was just kind of helping Jimmy out.
Right.
But I hear he's got some his super speedway cars are Fords. And he's got a mix of Toyotas and Chevys.
Chevys. Oh, this is actually, when I said I was kidding when I was about to interrupt you, I actually was not kidding, and this is what I wanted to bring up. Have you seen the Dodge rumors? Apparently they're picking up some speed.
I have.
I've heard, I was watching it was a David Land video, and he was talking about the ins and outs of his drag car team with factory Mopar drivers. He's like the writing's on the wall.
I mean, look at what Dodge has done lately. Like, everything's 800, 900 horsepower. Like, they're going for the fun factor. And I think coming back to NASCAR would be smart. Just who do you pair yourself with? Right?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know.
ECR has finally gotten to that deal with Hendrick.
I mean, Mopar's a performance thing.
Right, but you have to target someone who already has an engine, like as an engine builder.
You think?
I think so. That's the only way you're going to get in.
Why?
I mean, are you going to spend millions and millions?
ECR is never going to change manufacturers.
Right. So what's that leave you with?
Mopar builds performance motors. They build like the drag race motors.
Yeah, I guess. But
And they can just go and pluck. Like if they're serious about doing it, which I feel like a lot of those places when they come into the sport like that, they just like, okay, I'm gonna take this good person from this company. I'm gonna pay him way more money than what he's getting. I'm gonna take this good person from this.
but
company.
they already tried that. They tried that with Evernham, and it didn't really,
it worked pretty good.
Yeah, but I mean,
They had Tommy Baldwin, Long Island, New York.
Tommy Baldwin.
Tommy Baldwin.
But what team do you start your own team again, or
No,
do you try to cherry pick a team?
David Land swears it's Stuart Haas.
Why? Because his drag program is going to be a Dodge. So
They haven't announced what manufacturer it is yet, but both
so does that
drivers
mean
are
Penske is going to change from Ford to Chevy because they have their IndyCar program is
No, but
Chevrolet?
apparently there was beef between Ford and Tony Stewart for a while
Why?
because apparently they didn't want Kyle Larson to drive a Ford when he first came back.
Look how that turned out
Yeah,
for
it
him.
really blew up in their faces on that one. Because I guarantee you, I think Tony Stewart could have got Kyle Larson maybe before Hendrick.
Oh yeah, easily with the whole dirt connection. And
Yeah,
stuff. Let him run 100 nights a year.
yeah.
I mean, good for him.
He probably still ran 100 nights this year.
Oh, easy.
Oh,
yeah.
speaking of dirt racing, how about the Eldora Million coming back?
Dude, that's legit.
That is huge.
That's massive. There are going to be guys dive bombing each other for $1 million.
Dude, I couldn't imagine some of the
I mean, Bobby Pierce just won $100,000 out at the Vegas dirt track.
really.
Yeah.
But still, I can't imagine like there's gonna be some nice pieces going to that race, dude.
And a
Like
lot of stuff getting tore up.
a lot of stuff getting tore up and a lot of stuff that's like just bending the rules, and the tech officials are just gonna be scratching their heads.
Yep. Bloomquist is going to win. You heard it here first.
You think Bloomer's gonna just come back out and take it? Because has he been like, obviously Scott Bloomquist, but has he been like winning a lot lately?
No.
Yeah, I feel like he hasn't.
He's been out of the driver's seat. He's kind of given way to Nick Hoffman and Strickler.
Strickler's in there now.
The high side tickler.
What about I thought
Chris Madden's kind of doing his own
Chris
thing.
Madden? Okay, he was over there, but he's not anymore.
I think he still runs a Team Zero car. It's just
It's not Black Sunshine. It's not the Zero car.
No, I think he runs his own number again. I think it's 44.
44, yeah.
But yeah, that was awesome. And then we're a month, 2 months away from Chili Bowl.
Chili Bowl.
Tulsa shootout action.
Chili Bowl, Tulsa Shootout. The Clash at the Coliseum's coming up.
That's gonna be terrible.
It's gonna be awesome.
That's
I'm so pumped. I'm an Xfinity car driver.
So you don't have to do it.
Yeah. I would go do it though. Like if any driver's like, man, screw this. I don't want to go drive this thing in this little hole. I'll be like, let me do it. Let me do it. Be laying the chrome horn.
I mean, that's all anyone's gonna do.
I know. It's gonna be awesome.
I mean, theoretically, you could go through 3 cars, like 3 or 4 cars, by the Daytona 500.
Yikes.
You lose one at Coliseum. You lose one in practice at Daytona. You lose one in the dual race, and you can lose one in the 500. You're down 4 cars. And I think the allotment for one team is like 8. Which I hear there's only 22 physical, ready to go next gen cars right now. How are you gonna increase your capacity? It took you a year to get to 22. You gotta theoretically get to like 128 cars.
Well, they can focus on it now. They don't have to like worry about anything about the old car.
But still,
They'll figure it out, dude. There's gonna like.
I
feel like they are still learning about it.
I have heard there's a lot of teams that are still keeping Gen 6 cars around just in case.
Probably their best pieces.
Right. Just if there is that call that one day that's like, listen, we're going
Half and half.
we got to go half and half. We got to go COT rollout.
Yeah, but I feel like they're not going to do that. They're going to do everything in their power to not do that.
Right, but it might happen.
We'll see. I love some good NASCAR drama.
Yeah, it is fun.
If only you people on Twitter knew.
Crazy stuff.
The Twitter
happening.
experts.
All of them we gotta dive. You and I have to like dive deep into like the roo-rah. You know what I'm talking about? The racing forums. Like we gotta get hard on the Reddit and find the best rumors this offseason, and we gotta get them early and see if they come to fruition and talk about them.
I just like the Twitter engineers too. I remember like I saw one comment one time like, these cars, they have side force now, so they're too easy to drive. They need to take all the side. They need to have no side force.
Just take away the right rear quarter panel.
I mean, it technically you're gonna have side force in some capacity as long as you're in the atmosphere.
Right.
Like you have to be racing in outer space to not have side force.
And even there,
You would not have it there. That'd be the true neutral. Rainbow Road, no side force.
I mean,
All driver.
Yeah.
High horsepower, no side force, no down force. That's what y'all want?
How do those engines even work out there?
They probably can't.
I mean, now I'm thinking about it.
Special ones. I mean, maybe electric
Like
motors.
the go-kart ones. Like,
Has to be electric.
yeah, has to be.
There's no internal combustion going on up there.
No movement
No oxygen.
whatsoever.
Well, that went to a weird turn.
That was something.
But yeah,
What do you think of the next gen pit stop?
I think the guys that were doing it didn't look like they were that good at it.
Yeah, but you got to think though, like,
I mean, haven't they been practicing? I mean, I guess not that long. Probably just 2 weeks at this point.
I think they've probably done it once a week for the last couple months.
just once. Really, you think they've done it during
You got to
their
think pit
previous
crew
5
guys.
lug stops?
I've never been a how do you say it? I've never been with a big team, but I know they only practice like 2 times a week.
But they're like working out the rest of the time.
Right. But I mean, I think
But that makes sense because you don't want to get hurt.
we're going to see a lot of ingenuity going into these gas cans.
Yeah, because they need to pump fuel faster.
Yeah.
Because that's the weakest link now.
Correct. So your gas man's going to be your elite athlete now because the time the car's in the pit box to when the cans.
See, I didn't think about that. I guess yeah, your jack man, and I think jack man's important too.
Jackman, carrier for adjustments, and fuel guy.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy.
Changers in the Cup Series now are irrelevant.
It's like a running like the changers used to be the running backs, and the other guy, the other guys were the linemen, and
Right.
now it's like flip
completely
flops.
done. Yeah, but it's interesting because these single lug things are opposite thread on each side. So you come over to the left side, right? It's the normal. I think it's left
Lefty
side,
loosey.
lefty loosey, righty tighty, right?
Mhm.
Righty tighty back on. You keep the button where it is, then it's righty loosey, lefty tighty on the left side.
Hmm.
It's just how the
I imagine like the torsion how.
yeah.
Even though I feel like in the front is it just in the rear it's like that?
No, it's side based. It's not front to rear based.
Really?
From what I know, I could be wrong.
Because I feel like the front, or I guess if you're worried about braking force as well, I guess that would kind of do the same thing.
But yeah, I could see a lot of trickery going into the fuel cans. Like, you know how Gibbs a couple years ago was working tirelessly on pit gun development?
Yeah.
Like spinning guns at 10, 15, 20,000 RPM to just get the lug nuts off. I guarantee that same ingenuity is going to go into the gas cans now.
Yeah, I heard they were like trying to like coat the gas, like the inside of the cans with stuff, so it's smoother and it'd flow better.
Right. You just got to get a little pop top, get an air bubble in there.
Just shotgun the.
Yeah, just shotgun your gas cans. Get new ones every week.
You can honestly, like, thinking about it, where do you hold the gas can? You here, and up there, like the handle's up here, right?
You kind of there's a vent tube that you kind of put your hand.
Yeah, so up there they could like hit a little valve or something. I mean, I don't know. I'm just thinking what they could do.
But I'm sure engineers have already been.
But there's like dimensions and stuff that a gas can's got to follow too.
Right. There's a standard size, but I don't think there's a lot of governing on what goes on inside the can.
That's cool. And I was honestly thinking that same thing the other day, that the gas man now is that's the money.
But like, I think we'll see a lot more gambling on fuel strategy because the less time you spend on pit road, blah blah blah. I think crew chiefs are gonna have to cut it a lot closer because, the more time you sit standing still and someone's going 185 miles an hour,
Yeah,
you're always gonna be at a disadvantage.
that's true. I just don't. It's weird thinking the whole pit stop has changed like that. And I've heard a bunch of guys like how normally a cup team would go down and pit an Xfinity team, that they're like not letting them.
Yeah, I don't think that's gonna be the case next year. So you're gonna see a lot of varying pit stops, I think, in the Xfinity series next year because you're not getting that. You're not getting Brad Keselowski's team.
Yeah.
You're not getting Bowman's team because they're locked up. They're not.
Yeah, well, they were happy to do that this year because it was
right.
It's more practice. Yeah,
all that kind of stuff. So I mean, you already have what 40 teams, or 36 chartered teams.
But what
right?
about? Will they let the jack man do it? Will they let the gas man go over there?
It's hard to tell. I don't know who they're gonna let do what. But if you just block off the full team, right?
Yeah.
What's 36 times 5? That's a lot, I think.
1,800?
1,800.
180, I'm sorry. I thought, yeah,
Jeez.
I was thinking 360.
So it's 180 people that you just erase from the pool to go down a series. So you're going to see. And then that becomes, what do you do with the development programs? Do you keep bringing people in knowing that you just need them as bodies to do Xfinity racing and truck racing, or knowing that they're never going to get to Cup? What is the Cup disparity pay now because you're only doing one series?
Yeah.
So, I mean, I think the salaries are going to go down even though the athleticism has gone up. Or
it's a weird
do some
bubble.
of these guys that were Cup changers now be like, I don't want to change in Cup anymore because I can make more money doing trucks than Xfinity. I don't know how their contracts work, but if they can get out of them, I don't know if they would. So it's a lot of questions from a pit crew standpoint, I guess, what's going to happen next year. I can see some teams maybe letting elite Cup crews go down, some not, just because they want to keep them, just doing Cup. But I could also see it's not a big deal because it's two separate entities now. And who knows? Maybe the single lug doesn't work and we got to go back to 5 lug. And then now
It's too late for that.
I'm just saying you keep that for 1 year, then you go back. So then those guys that have been doing just Cup now only have been doing 1 lug. They're just used to going straight in. Now they got to go back to 5. And now those guys who have been changing Xfinity the whole year
Are way better shape.
are way better muscle memory shape
Yeah.
than the guys who've been doing 1 lug. Crazy.
Lots of changes coming to NASCAR next season, folks.
Pretty crazy.
Lots of changes. The fact that we're going to Portland blows my mind.
Dude, think how long that's going to take a truck driver.
A minute. A long time.
Like that's 6 days round trip.
Yeah, I'm going to say easily. Like,
What's
I
Phoenix?
wonder.
Phoenix is a solid 2 days.
I'm thinking Auto Club is. I think Auto Club or Sonoma were the furthest ones.
Portland is now definitely.
But yeah, just way further north.
Yeah.
What's after Portland?
I think it's an off week.
Probably needs to be.
It has to be.
Because like
the turnaround time would be
the
ridiculous.
hauler wouldn't get back in time.
Oh yeah.
Dude, I have been voice cracking like no other lately.
I mean, have we finally have they finally descended?
Yeah, I guess so. Finally hitting puberty, guys. My voice is cracking.
Congratulations. I'm so proud of you.
Yeah, me too. Portland. Yeah, we got 2 weeks off. June 4th to June 25th. Yes, 2 weekends off.
Neat. So what day are you leaving to go back home?
Monday.
Nice. Well, I wish you.
Monday.
I wish
You going to Wisconsin?
Nope, staying here.
Really?
Yep.
No turkey up in Wisconsin? Gonna have a little cheese?
With the fiance's family.
Oh, so, okay.
So other family.
Gotcha.
What's your favorite turkey dish? Are you guys a turkey family or are you a ham family?
So my family, we normally do a massive Thanksgiving up in East Texas. We get everybody together up there.
Up there?
Up there, and there's probably there's usually about 7 turkeys going. There's a ham. I think there was some duck one time.
What do you prefer?
I honestly, dude, it depends. Like sometimes a turkey's good, but sometimes like a good ham is really good.
Do you like a glazed ham?
Yeah, like it when it's sweeter.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's money. Get that with some sweet potatoes with the marshmallows on top.
What's the favorite? What's the favorite side dish?
Probably like dressing. Honestly, I love just.
So you call it dressing, not stuffing.
I don't know. I call it both. I'll call it stuffing or dressing.
It's just when you get nervous.
Yeah, I really. I don't. I think I call it stuffing. Like when I called it dressing just now, it felt really weird.
I'm a sweet potato pie kind of guy.
Sweet potato, dude. Sweet potato.
Plus,
that was
you get to watch Dallas lose every year on Thanksgiving.
Not this year, buddy.
Who are they playing?
Who are they playing on Thanksgiving?
Yeah,
the football team, the Washington football team.
Do they play them every single year?
Yes, it's it's Thanksgiving. It is Cowboys and Indians. It's the same game every year.
Well, Detroit also plays every year, but they rotate because sometimes the Packers play, sometimes they don't.
No, I could be way off when I said that,
I'm like 90% sure you are completely.
But
off
I
base
swear they always play.
They never always play.
No,
Washington football
they do.
team. Not every year.
Dallas Cowboys Thanksgiving game.
Just riveting podcasting here.
Oh, playing the Raiders.
There you go.
The Cowboys and the Pirates. Thanksgiving, baby.
Unbelievable.
I swear they always play.
No, you probably just remember one year where they played the Washington football team.
No, it's every year they play the. That blows my mind. Hold on, let's look at the 2020 Washington football team at Cowboys. That was last year.
Okay, it's not every year.
Thanksgiving games 2019. I'm gonna go through a bunch of them right now.
We have deep fried turkey coming
Played
next
the
week.
Bills that year. I can't believe I thought they always played the Redskins or the Washington football team. Whatever you pleasure, whatever you want to call them.
I think that's a great place to end.
You could say that.
Yeah.
Bruh.
See y'all next time.
Bye.